easiest map to show all this. It's got the most unique stuff to do. So let's go with everybody's favorite visor. Yes, I know, Tanti. I don't necessarily like it, but it is what it is. Yo, I'll just say shadow character. Just go with that. Dude, don't feel dumb because you can't make the jump. They actually, for some reason, made this jump harder in this game than it was on this map's version in Quake Live and Quake 3. It is more difficult to get the strafe jump to work. Okay? Alright, let me turn on direction hints for you. Okay. Alright, so with strafe jumping, the pros to using a strafe jumping character over a bunny hopping character is that after a few jumps, you can actually go faster in a straight line than those characters. Like, those characters have better maneuverability, but in straight lines and where you need to go, strafe jumping is what you want, right? So when you're going in a straight line, you can build a lot of speed. You're switching like right before you hit the ground to that side, or you can stay. You can kind of stay to one side for like a couple jumps, and you can still gain speed that way. You just have to change like your arc. Okay. So the easiest way to like try to learn how to turn is using the banana area to practice. Okay. Because obviously, if I start strafe jumping and I just go full ham, I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna hit walls.
Rapha,
I'm gonna fall down.
Only heartin'. Kinda shit, but only fartin'.
With strafe jumping, you don't have the best maneuverability. So what you need to do is you don't want to come to a complete stop and then change. Then you're losing too much momentum and potential to cut people off. Okay. So what you want to do is you make like a half-hearted stop. Like that. It's like a millisecond stop, and then you traverse your speed like that. That's how you do it. So if you want to go through banana like this, boom, 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 half-hearted stop, and change it. You do lose a little speed, but that's just something that you have to accept. Something that you can also do that you need to practice once you get better with strafe jumping is edge clipping. So, you want to think of it like wherever you think that your shoulder is for your champion is where you can clip through walls. If you're going fast enough in that direction, you can clip through and maintain your speed through the walls. So if I just like hold forward and jumping like this, you see that it hits me and knocks me off my trajectory, it slows me down. But if I'm strafe jumping in and through it, I clip through the wall and I get to keep going.
Damage.
Okay, so that also applies to like areas down here. So if I want to like strafe jump and get closer to this area and be able to attack, you can clip through the walls instead of like going here and then I'm getting hit, and then I got to take a wide angle and then I get hit the wall again. No, you're going at like shoulder's length, like maybe 20-degree angle into the wall in that direction, and you can clip through it. That's what you want to do. Now, for those of you that are struggling with bridge to rail, if you make like a completely good first circle jump, it's actually too fast. You need to gain a lot of your speed on your second jump. And even I fuck it up like that sometimes. Wow, I had 600 and I failed again. There we go. You want to like hit the very ledge, right there, the very edge of the ledge, to be able to make the jump. It takes some practice, but once you get it, you should be fine. Just do this literally for like a half hour. Just once you get good at strafe jumping, just practice it. Now this is like This will rarely ever be used, but it is possible with strafe jumping if you get good enough. You can thank Waz for finding this first. You can actually make it from here to the catwalk. Fuck, I should have made that time. I messed up. Try again in a sec. Effortless, no. I witnessed in person Waz attempting to do it.
Protection spawned.
Now I'm making myself look like a jobber. I can't even get this jump down. Wow. Unless they lowered his Excel from the last patch, then maybe that's why it's not working. Ugh. I mean, obviously you can rocket jump for it, but like if you actually like make that, then it's like it's harder to tell like where you're coming from, you know. Or you can, I think you can do it in 3, but that's kind of cheating. Talking about 2. Am I even real? Yeah, I guess I'm not the real Rapha right now with all these failed jumps. Oh, got it. There we go. But, oh, a good question somebody asked the other day is like about rocket jumps and like how you want to learn rocket jumping. So the base rocket jumps that you want to learn first is just the simple shit. Let me get enough armor here. The base rocket jumps you want to learn is just like, just practice and try. Like, you want to shoot and jump at the same time to get the highest like the most height to your jumps, right? So you just like practice from here to bridge. Just hold forward and just make it. Like, just work on getting the proper height to actually make this jump. Then once you can do that a bit more, then start practicing like air strafing in the air, so that you gain more speed. And then you can end up doing shit like that. Then the next things you want to learn are which gaps that you don't need to press jump for. So like this, if I angle down here, this is going to give me the most launch in distance that I can get, right? Oops. But not all jumps need to press jump. Sometimes rocket jumps need to be lower and more efficient so that you hide angles. Because let's say if some guy is coming up over here, right? And you want to like go to the portal without giving away an angle. So like there, I'm using the terrain as cover as I'm rocket jumping. Instead of like doing this and then he can shoot me. So you practice just the standard shooting down, going straight forward type rocket jumps that you can do, okay? You practice that stuff. Then what you want to start doing is practicing like better angled ones. So remember, you always want to do it like an angle down and away. It's a really fast flick, and you're shooting and jumping at the same time. Something that you can also learn to do, which is pretty easy once you get good at strafe jumping, is this. So let's say I certain jumps in the game, rocket jumps, you want to actually...
Rapha, can you show lockbox power up?
Yeah, hold on. You want to actually shoot your rocket jump at the top of your jump, because you want to keep your height low, but you want to traverse the gap. So something like this: jump, jump, fire. See, I got almost to 800 UPS like that by just strafe jumping and carrying me quickly across the gap like that. Because if I shot it at the ground at the same time, I go too high. They hit my head. Sometimes there's stuff up at the top that's gonna fuck you up and hit your head. So you need to like learn which jumps you need the full trajectory for and which ones you kind of want to half-ass. And just like jump and then shoot. Then what you can do is on certain maps, kind of like the same angle you take to the ground, you use the wall to like rocket jump. It's like if this is 2v2 and I had rockets coming from lower, I could have Dehang either distract through the portal or up at rocket. Like RJ right on top of this ship. A dive bomb in. Now, the most advanced stuff that you'll probably learn, the hardest to get good at, is while strafe jumping, you use rockets to boost you from walls, okay? So if I'm going at this angle, boom. It's hard to do because it's easy to aim too like close to the wall like that, and then it knocks you away. It's like you're wanting to get the slightest angle to like boost you, to propel you forward. So like a really good one that I use a lot, you'll see it often if I play this map, it's like sometimes I need to make it to heavy before them, and they're not expecting a rocket jump. So I come down here, and I'm already on the heavy. Some rocket jump distances are easier with certain champs than others because they have better air acceleration. Pfizer probably and Ranger probably have the best time rocket jumping around. You could do most jumps with other champs, but sometimes like they are a little too slow in the air to make the same jumps. You'll just need to find that for yourself. Somebody asked about lockbox. I can show you. What's the need to write it down, Squeeze Toy? It's just a VOD. You can just watch the VOD back. I don't lock my VODs for subs only. Anybody can watch that shit. And please don't be discouraged. Like, it is going to take you a little while for the average person to get the feel of the game and understand it. But the more that you play and the more that you strafe jump around, you'll like get a feel. It's like a feeling. Like it's like your mind can feel the inertia from your eyes of like what you're seeing and how you're moving, like whether you can make certain jumps or not. Okay.
Round begins in 3, 2, 1.
So so what was the question? The question was, okay, Arian, thanks for the $5 earlier. What is this? Rapha, here is sit lonely heart and trying to roof, man. Killing wolves. You wanted to show the lockbox power up. Like, what exactly are you wanting to be shown here? This jump isn't that hard. I only need, yeah, like, I don't even need to like make a full circle jump. I think I made 395. Any champ can make it 1-2 like that. Like, let me, you know what? Let me pick the slowest one. Keel.
You're like an itch that's just out of reach.
It's the same. You just gotta learn circle jumping. Even this, though, you don't even need... As long as you're not getting shot backwards, like, you know, like your momentum is being stopped by shots from below, you just need to hold forward, really. And, like, look here or here. Just like that. That's it. Boom. Boom. Like, starting left, going right. Like that. It's like a mini circle jump, since I can't really, like, angle it. So I just start going, like, right instantly and then change to left. If you're really struggling, you can rocket jump up. Now this one over here, let's see if we can make
What
it.
spawned?
Ugh, I think he might be a little too slow to make this jump. Oh, with 2 I can do it.
What damage?
Oh. You can make it, it's just very difficult with Keel. With other champions, that jump, you just make a really good circled strafe jump, and then you can go. And remember, you go through, you can jump 1, 2, 3. If you go in too fast, you might not be able to do it, but if you just walk in, you can jump twice. Like that. You wanna know how to slash? Slash is like the hardest one right now to like move around with and understand.
Take it easy, big guy.
So the problem with the movement key things, like the directional hints, is it doesn't show you when you're crouching. So unfortunately, you can't really see exactly when I'm crouching. You just kind of have to guess for yourself. But what you want to do is, so like up here, you don't want to hold crouch early. That doesn't do anything. If I jump off and like hold crouch now, I'm not really crouch sliding. You need to press it right as you're landing. And then so she used to be a lot easier to use, which was pretty broken at the top level because you could like be like aiming where you're going and be super fast, but now it takes more skill. To gain and maintain strafe speed, you have to actually like use the same strafe jumping angles that you do, like to actually gain speed. So see how like if I want to crouch slide I can, but I can't just like easily aim where I want to. If I want to maintain that speed. The only thing that you can do to like gain a lot of speed at the start is there's a way to like you start at almost a 90-degree angle and you go with the side that you want to go to. So if I want to go left, I flick left with left. I start by just pressing it, and right, and then I switch like during to curve where I want to go. So you see like from going from the portal there, my strafe jump doesn't even make it, like my crouch slide doesn't even make it around, okay? What Slash has built in with her crouch sliding is height differential and velocity counts for the distance that you can keep going as long as you're not stopped. So if I fall from a greater height, I almost made 2 laps around. Whereas if I came through with just 1 strafe jump, I can't even make it all the way around. So the higher the height that you drop from and keep crouch sliding, the farther you can go. That's why, like, if I'm on an even plane, though, you'll see me when I play, like, crouch slide, strafe jump, crouch slide, strafe jump, crouch slide. And sometimes you don't even need to crouch slide. If you're going fast enough, you can just strafe jump around. The crouch slide is the best to make her more difficult to hit because her hitbox becomes smaller and gives her the most maneuverability. But if you don't need it and you want to like actually aim where you're going and you have speed, then just strafe jump and then crouch slide when you need to. But if you're in a bind, you're not really going to want to use like the strafe jumping angle the most. You're going to want to learn like if you need to get out fast, the side dashing type thing. But yeah, she can easily make this jump. This is super easy for Slash. The only problem with Slash is on some maps, there are portions on the ground which like mess up your movement. There's like little bugs on the map still that aren't like smoothed out, and sometimes you get your crouch sliding stopped. That's why I don't really ever play her on Burial Chamber, because it's like there's a lot of the map where it's like super annoying. You can't even like utilize strafe like crouch sliding. You get stopped constantly, so it's just really annoying to deal with. Also, so like you'll see, let me go get the trail again actually. There's a bunch of hourglasses this way. Okay, so you will notice as well that her speed cap is 680, just like Anarchy and Soleil. But if you're using this, you can go up to 810 for the duration. Now, once I would stop jumping, then it resets after that. Something else that you can do with Slash is if you're having a fight from high ground to low ground, you can use it as a dodging mechanic until you're finally out of it. So you can make yourself really hard to hit if you're coming from high ground. So like if I'm holding this ground and then I want to fight for heavy against somebody that's going to come through here, like look how hard I am to hit. I'm like all over the place. So you can use that to her advantage as well. She's probably the highest skill-capped champion in the game right now, along with Clutch. Those two are probably the most difficult to learn and to have the most success with. But in the right hands, they're very, very dangerous. Clutch is the most difficult because he's a barn door. He is huge, and the smallest mistake means you take so much damage. All right, and right now he's like he has like a speed cap built in where like you can't use the dash unless you stop and reset your speed. Oh, Squeeze, I will fat shame in Quake Champions. Some people are just, they need to stop eating so much. They are too big. They're too easy to hit sometimes. But yeah, I hope you guys were able to learn something. I know it's hard, especially since you can't see when I'm crouching. It's a little harder to tell like when to press it, but you just need to get a feel for it. I would say don't learn Slash right away. I know she looks like she's a lot of fun, and she is, but you need to learn strafe jumping first. So use a different champion that utilizes strafe jumping before you try to tackle her, because you have to use strafe jumping and all those angles along with her crouch sliding. Smoking Ink, thanks for the Prime sub.